Welcome to my channel, and welcome to another wonderful Sunday of music. I hope you guys are ready. It looks like you are. I've got quite a list here going already, so let me get these copied over, and we'll get started. Just a reminder. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I got them. Okay. Just a reminder that after we finish today, it'll take 6 to 7, maybe even 8 hours, depends on what kind of problems I run into, to get these processed and get them up on YouTube and public. The way that this works is after I finish the live stream, Rumble has to process it, and then after Rumble processes it and I'll upload it to YouTube, then YouTube has to process it, and then they tell me which ones are copyrighted. And then I edit my file to remove the copyrighted material and get it all fixed up and ready to go. And then I upload it, and of course it takes a while again for them to process it a second time. And while they're doing that, I'm creating the index and doing all the other things I do. So I appreciate your patience with regard to that. I see that the very first request that I have today is the opening theme for the anime To Be a Hero. This is by Marco 1337G. Always have to get these separated. And when I, for some reason, when I copy this over from the chat, it truncates the space between your handle and the request, so I always have to get those separated out so I know what's what, because it's sometimes hard to make it out. Okay, so let's get this up on the screen. How's everybody doing today? Let me get my chat going up here too. Okay. All right, whoops. Okay. All right. So, get my headphones on and we'll be ready to go. All right. This first request is for Inertia. Actually, what Marco requested was the opening theme for the anime To Be a Hero, but on the screen it says Inertia music video. I hope that's what you're expecting. If it's not, that's what you're going to get. Here we go. This is Inertia.
I always knew where I stood. I tried to be so good. Look at me now, I don't know how, but I'm a real hero. No hiding in the shadows, time to strut. I'm gonna make a splash to make this cut. You've got to believe that I am free, so no hesitation. Picture your planet in disharmony. Jump into the night, 'cause I can smell the trouble. Don't you miss the fight, just get there off the double. I gotta make a difference, moving with a purpose. I'm feeling my inertia, inertia, inertia. Stubbornly, I will believe, I will believe. Stubbornly, I will believe, I will believe. Is it my turn to be the hero? 'Cause I got to be the hero. 'Cause I got to be the hero. 'Cause I got to be the hero. Didn't you know it's enough just to deserve that love? Without a crowd, without a stage, you're still a real hero. I'm gonna be the last line of defense. I blow it if I lack the confidence. I've got to believe that there's a need for my whole existence. Picture your planet in disharmony. Jump into the night, 'cause I can smell said that I was strange, but I knew that I could be the change. I still ain't done enough, not even close. Jump into the night, 'cause I can smell the trouble. Don't you miss the fight, just get me out the double. I gotta make a difference, moving with a purpose. I'm feeling my inertia, inertia, inertia. Stubbornly, I will believe, I will believe. Stubbornly, I will believe, I will believe. Is it my turn to be the hero? 'Cause I got to be the hero. 'Cause I got to be the hero. 'Cause I got to be the hero.
Wow. Well, what's not to like? Golly, his voice was good. I liked the music. It was great music. They had a good beat to it. And the graphics were stunning. Really fantastic. This was an excellent video. Really, really excellent. I hope this is what you were asking for. I mean, you gave me the link, so I assume it is. But you said it was the opening theme for the anime to be a hero. And he was singing about being a hero, so I guess it was. But golly, that was some really excellent stuff. That was good, 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 good. Thank you for starting the show off with something so good. I really appreciate that. The next request that I have is from DuBois1. He says, a Pogo remix of Star Trek The Next Generation. Okay, we've done some of these before. Excuse me. We've done some of these before, and they are interesting, that's for sure. So, let me get this queued up. Switch to the right screen, and away we go.
You know, back when I was in the academy, we would follow every toast with a song.
Okay. I, I, I love this stuff. It's so funny. It's just, um, it's obviously designed to make you laugh, and it's like um, a bit over the top. Not a whole lot, but a little bit over the top. But that's what makes it so funny. And um, I don't even know what he was singing there. That little part, the shilla la blah blah, whatever that was. But and the exaggerated mouth movements and the all the other exaggerated movements. It just adds. It all adds together to make it just funny and enjoyable to watch. And this is something I never would have known about if you hadn't introduced me. So thank you so much for that. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. My next request is from TTT Resident. I tell you what, you're falling down on the job, buddy. You're down to third on the list today. You got to get with it. He says Jamiroquai, and he says this was improvised and recorded entirely in one take from a jam session audition with new members. The lyrics focus on lead singer J.K.'s troubled youth. All right, let's get this up. I love Jamiroquai. I just think, oh no, it says the video isn't available anymore. Let me make sure I got that. Excuse me. Make sure I get it copied over correctly. Yeah, there we go. I just screwed up. Not that unusual for me. Okay. So, as I was saying, I just love Jamiroquai. I think it's a great beat and really, I don't know, just good sounding stuff. Oops, I got to get to the right screen first. Hold on. Where am I? Okay, here we go. All right, now this is Jamiroquai, Just Another Story.
This is not another trilogy. Nobody make a move. All this kid's got you covered. He was just 17, trying to get on like his dead brother. Mama couldn't do a thing about him. Thought she heard inside, and Daddy wants to send back while he knows he's still alive. Stick up, kid, thinking you're a glory boy. Oh, funny, that's too toy. But you don't get that. It's yourself you will destroy. Like a speed freak king of amphetamine, still running those rocks on the front line. Get uptight when it's your turn. A bullet in the head is a lesson learned. One of these days you're gonna say goodbye, telling everyone you never been so high. Fall the same time that you die, pushing that drum like a superfly. Heaven help out with nowhere out. Lips like this is all not bad. This is not another trilogy. It's just another stop it, baby. Hit it with it now. Come on now. Hit it with it now. Stick up, kid. Come on. I got you where I want ya. Nobody make a fucking move. All these gangster kids are getting uptight. All these gangster kids are getting uptight. I got you where I want ya now. Nobody make a fucking move. Nobody make a move. All these kids got you covered. He was just 17, trying to get on like his dead brother. Oh, mama couldn't do a thing about him. That shit hurt inside, and Daddy wants his son back while he knows he's still alive. Stick up, kid. I'm thinking you're a glory boy. See you running that stupid toy, but you just don't get that. It's yourself you will destroy. Still running those rocks on the front line like a speed freak king of amphetamine. Get uptight when it's your turn. A bullet in the head is a lesson learned. One of these days you're gonna say goodbye, telling everyone you never been so high. Born the same time that you die, y'all. Pushing that drum like a superfly. This is just another story. Oh, young broken glorious. Say, I just another story. Oh, somebody, hey now, need your help, oh now. Every day, happens every day. Come on now, push it to that bridge down. Right here, D, hit 'em.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, I guess it's Jamiroquai. I've been saying it wrong. Anyway, I just love these guys. They're great. I was thinking they've changed band members over time, but the one consistent thing that they've had is J.K. as the singer. And that got me to thinking about bands in general. Bands a lot of times are made or broken by one person. Many times the lead singer, but not always. It's a lucky band that has two people that really stand out and are stellar in their own right. But this band here, J.K. is clearly the glue that holds them together, and he's just got such a wonderful, funky, jazzy sound to him. He makes every song good, and the band is excellent as well. I love the bass line in this one; it was great, and the change of pace twice. That to me. Excuse me. That to me is just really cool. I should say a word here about my cough. I have lung damage from pneumonia, and so it causes me to cough occasionally, and there's nothing I can do about it. I just apologize. I cut them out when I do my regular reactions, but I'll leave them in for the lives because you're going to hear them anyway. So what am I going to do? But I apologize for that. One other thing, I'm watching the chat on my phone, and so I saw your no TT resident. I wasn't trying to give you a hard time. I hope you understand. One other reminder: I try not to do more than one request per requestor each live session because I have so many, and so it wouldn't be fair to the other people if I'm doing several of yours. So Angel SML, if you would please tell me which of your requests that you want the most and put that in the chat, then that's the one I'll do. Otherwise, I'll just do the first one you asked for. I won't do the rest, okay? So that's just a reminder. I only have 3 hours, and I'm trying to get to as many of your requests as I can. I usually can do somewhere around 20, 21, 22 songs in a 3-hour session. So the next request that I have is from Tanso8. He says, "Hey, Paul," he or she, "hope you're doing well." I am. Here's oh boy, Velada Legendaria, the Legendary Evening, also known as Miscanthus and the Moon by Sheena Ringo. But you didn't give me a URL, so let's see. I need to look for this, I guess. See if I can find this for you. Let's see. Okay. Let me make sure this is Sheena Ringo because they have the Japanese characters. So, pump this into Google Translate real quick and detect the language, please. Yeah, it's Sheena Ringo. Okay. All right, we got the right song. So, whoops. This is La Velada Legendaria by Sheena Ringo.
Thank
車って過去に口づけた矢先未来への門が開いた今を突き刺す両足踏ん張って立ち上がれああいよいよ勝ち取ったんだ僕は僕の信頼を土砂降りの雨足を取られるあえてそぼればあえて委ねて裸足で走れ流されるなら行き過ぎてさ彼方へ Crossing over fields and the hills we overcome looking at the sky for the sky is what we share capturing the wind blow us from this mighty place feeling every beat in the racing of my heart遠くまで来たあなたを望む夜が満ちてた八坂を祝おう
Well, that was a delight. That was absolutely a delight. I love that ending with the tap dancing and just the piano. I noticed something about her voice this time that I hadn't noticed before. I'm sorry, I gotta adjust my glasses. When you get old and you have to have hearing aids, everything has to be lined up just right. Otherwise, okay, stop. Good Lord. Sorry. There was an ad popping up in here driving me crazy. When you get old and you have hearing aids and glasses, and then you put on headphones, everything has to be lined up just right, or it's a mess and it starts to hurt your ears. So that's what I was doing. Anyway, getting back to Sheena Ringo, I noticed something about her voice this time that I hadn't noticed before. When she got down in the lower range, she had a very, very rich quality to her voice, a very wonderful tonal quality. I thought that was beautiful. And this song was just, it was so upbeat and lively, it just made you want to smile and dance. And I thought that was great. Really enjoyed this a lot. I noticed something in the chat. John Vinyl 2020. We noticed last week, I didn't realize this, but my viewers pointed it out. There is a, excuse me, there is a character limit on the chat for some reason. I don't know why, but there is. And so if you think I can do your request without getting the URL, that's fine. But if you want to make sure I get what you are asking for, just post the link separately and I'll do it. I'll look for it. Okay? Another thing I was thinking about was when you come to my live stream, no matter where you are in the world, you're going to get exposed to music you've never heard before. And that's true for me, but it's also true for every single one of you, because we got people from all over the world coming and asking for music. So this next request is Simple Disc. And Simple Disc writes, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, all openings. Let me see how this may be too long for me to do. Let me see. Oh no, it's only 8 minutes. Okay, it's only 8 minutes, so we can do that. All right. So this request is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, all openings by Simple Disc. Requested by Simple Disc. He's not singing. Okay. Okay. I don't know what the deal was with that ending. That was weird. Let me make a note that there's ads in this that I have to remove. Okay. This prompts me to make some comments. Excuse me. A while ago, I did a reaction to Attack on Titan, all openings. And little did I know what I was getting myself into. Apparently, when I reacted to that, I pretty much described what it was about. And a lot of people were very impressed with my analysis, which surprised me. I didn't know anything about it, and so I didn't realize that I had done that. And now it seems like I am increasingly getting requests for reactions to openings of animes. And I just want to share my thoughts with you. It's the first thing that comes to mind is, oh my God, they're expecting me to come up with something really brilliant. But I've been around long enough and mature enough to realize that I can't do that. Excuse me, I can't do that. All I can do is tell you my thoughts on the thing and whether those align with the movie. Thank you, John Vinyl 2020, for giving me the link. All I can do is tell you my thoughts on the thing, and if they align up with it, they do, and if they don't, they don't. That's the best I can do. I'm just a human. But it's interesting to me that since I did that, it seems like every single person on the face of the earth wants me to do the openings to the anime that they like. So I don't know what to tell you. I'll do the best I can. Okay, so John Vinyl, I gotta go get your thing from the chat. Let's see, wait a minute. Hold on, I gotta get the pop-up here and scroll down. Come on now. Okay, so there's the URL. That's the next one that will come up. Okay.
Make it a habit.
Okay.
A 10-minute
All right.
AI routine every morning. You'll be
So-
unrecognizable.
Okay, I got the next one queued up now. So, all I can tell you is what I think, and if that lines up with it, it does, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. That's simple. This one, first of all, let me say that I continue to be impressed with the graphics and the music of these animes. They really are first class. It's amazing to me how excellent they are. It's surprising to me. I wasn't expecting that. I thought they would be, along the lines of what we see in America with cartoons. They're okay, but they're not, dramatic like these are. So that's the one thing I wanted to make sure I mentioned. This one here, I started out thinking at the beginning that it was a superhero story about 3 people. But then as the openings progressed, I began to realize that really there was only one central figure, and he didn't seem to really want to be there, didn't seem to want to be the hero, and yet he was, against his own desires. And so it's kind of a story of how sometimes circumstances thrust you into a position that you didn't want to be in, but you're in it, and so you have to deal with it, and that's what he's doing. That was my impression. Whether that has anything at all to do with the actual anime, I can't tell you, because I've never seen it. I've never seen any animes. All I've seen is openings to them that I get requested for. So that's the best I can do. This next request that I have is from Johnny Vinyl 2020. He said, "What happens when you turn the devil down?" by the Mystery Lights, originally from 2014 to 2015 early EP, re-recorded for their 2016 self-titled debut album, written by Mike Brandon, L.A. Solano, and A. Just A. That's interesting. Okay. So, we're still on the screen, aren't we? Sorry about that. I usually try to switch those back, but I didn't do it. So, here we go. The Mystery Lights, What Happens When You Turn the Devil Down, live with lyrics. Interesting song. I noticed that the lead singer was extremely demonstrative, and the rest of them were kind of docile, which was interesting. They just kind of stood in their place and played. He was all over the place. But he sang one line that really struck me. Excuse me. He said that the devil told him he was the one that could be saved. And I couldn't help but think of how the Bible says the devil is the father of lies. And he tries to trick people by making himself appear to be godly. And that's a perfect example of it. I don't know if the guy, when he wrote those words, knew what he was writing or not, but his lyrics were spot on. That's exactly what the devil would tell you. I can save you. And it's not the kind of salvation you want. That is for sure. That is really interesting. That's a fascinating song. Excuse me. I thought that the music sounded, don't get mad at me, but it sounded British to me. It sounded like the British kind of sound. I don't know if this is a British group or not, but that's what it sounded like to me. Just my thoughts. The next request that I have is Mr. Kevin. Mr. Kevy, sorry. Bleach Op 1. Bleach Op 1. Whatever that is. So, we're constantly getting introduced to new things. Yeah, I see where Pro Games request got cut off. Let's see. Yeah, when you make your requests on here, make sure you put the URL early in the request so that so the whole thing gets done. Okay. So this next request is Bleach Op 1, and it says Orange Range. I don't know what that means, but we're going to find out. Okay, I'm going to read this first. Okay. Oh, this is an ad. Good. You know what struck me with this one? Like, when they put these things up, either on the internet or on TV, they have a very short amount of time. This thing was 1 minute and 30 seconds. They have a very short amount of time to captivate your interest and get you to want to see more. And so they're trying to put up things on the screen that they think will capture your interest and make you want to see more. And so it's not so much a coherent story as it is like a slideshow, an animated slideshow, where they're flipping through various scenes and showing you various stuff, hoping that something that you see on the screen will capture you and you'll want to know more. And so that's what I get from this, is that this is like, watch this and get captivated by it and want to watch more. That's what our purpose is when we show you this. That's what I get from it. It's kind of interesting there's been a lot of research into this kind of stuff. And especially from advertising people. What is it that gets people's attention, and what is it that keeps their attention? And that's what they try to do. So, ProGamer52, I'm just going to read what he wrote. Kansas Journey from Maria Braun. And he put it on Google Drive. Says, can't find the vid on YouTube, so I had to upload it to Google Drive. No need to download. Okay, well, this one will probably get copyrighted, I bet. But we can watch it. Let's see. This is Kansas Journey from Maria Braun. Steve Walsh in his prime. Rare footage. Is this going to work? I don't know. Oh, yeah, okay. It just took a second or two to load. Okay, so this is rare footage. Here we go. Man. Man. Oh, man. If you want symphonic rock, there is no better group than Kansas and Chicago. Two of the best groups in the universe for that kind of sound. It amazes me how they change the pace and the rhythm of it constantly from one thing to another. It's how do they keep up with all that? How do they do that? It's an amazing level of skill, and it produces a sound that is so unique that you cannot reproduce it. You can't find it anywhere else. I just love these guys. They're fantastic. They have the greatest sound ever. They really do. They're just fantastic. I love that you asked for these. I'm adding this postscript to the recording for the live stream today because it was seriously messed up. There was all kinds of lag and problems, and I finally cut it off because it was just not satisfying at all. And after I cut off the live stream, I discovered what the problem was. I had a VPN running. See, I do a lot of genealogy work, and right now I'm researching my Swedish ancestors, and in order to get to the National Archives of Sweden, I have to use a VPN because for some reason they're blocked in the US. So I have to use a VPN for that. I did some research last night. I used the VPN. Didn't realize it was still running, and apparently it ran all night while my computer was sleeping and was still running this morning when I got up. Either that or it started back up. So unbeknownst to me, I had a VPN running, and that was what was causing all that lag. I now will have to add that to my checklist of things that I check to make sure everything is going to work correctly before I start. So I do apologize for that. I really do. That was obviously not planned. So next week, hopefully, we'll be back on the 3-hour schedule. I do want to pray for you that God will watch over you and strengthen you and bless you abundantly beyond anything you could possibly imagine. And I want to pray that He does that for everyone that you love as well. So, until tomorrow, this is the Vietnam Vera Vet signing off.